Alrighty, it's time for math. If you have a hundreds chart, you can get a hundreds chart out. Once again, we put one at the bottom in the classroom resources links, so you could print one out. But we're going to be using a hundreds chart quite a bit today. And if not, I'm still going to have it up here. So if you wanted to pause, you could print that. If not, don't worry about it. The first thing I want to talk about, I'm just going to cover several different things that would have been in the Chapter 8 lessons this week. First of all is being able to count in number order. Okay, count in number order and to fill in the space. Counting in number order means counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then as far as you can count, we need to be practicing counting to 100. About a third of us had already passed off counting to 100, but this is the chapter that we really need to make sure it's hitting home. Parents, so if your child cannot count to 100 by themselves without any prompting from you, make sure that they're working on that, okay? Now, there are missing numbers. This is our numbers 1 to 20, and there are missing numbers. And we need to be able to count in number order to see which numbers are missing, okay? So if I'm counting in number order, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, around the tree, that's the way to make a 3, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A 10 is a 1 and a 0, okay? Go straight down and then you're done. That's the way to make a 1. Down and around and back again, that's the way to make a 10. I don't even know. I need to remember all those things that we did. Here it is. The kids will know what these are, my trusty cards, right? Let's see, where's the 0? Because I forgot the rhyme for 0. Start on top and around you go. That's how you make a 0. Boy, I messed that one up, didn't I? All right. Those are our number rhymes. See if we can remember those, okay? So, 8, 9, 10, we're in counting order. 11, what comes next? You should be saying 12. 12 is a 1 and a 2. Make a candy cane, then a shoe. That's the way to make a 2. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 is a 1 and an 8. Boy, what's 8? I always forget. I haven't done these with you guys in so long. Let's see. Make an S, but don't just wait. Come back up to make an 8. So make an S, but don't you wait. Come back up and make an 8. Okay, so one of the main points of these lessons is to be able to count in number order and fill in missing numbers. Make sure we can do that one, okay? All right, this next one is a little bit tricky, so I thought I would do at least one page for this one. The kids should be used to me coming over here for math, huh? You guys are used to me going over and changing the math pages, right? All right, this one says, Kira has 18 apples. She has a number of apples 2 greater than Cristobal. It says use cubes. Guess what? You don't have cubes at home, so we're just going to draw circles. We're pretty good at drawing circles, and circles look like apples, so that works. Okay? So I'm going to draw Kira's up here. Kira starts with a K. And I'm going to write, I don't know why they chose the same sound, Cristobal starts with a C, believe it or not. So we'll do Kira's up here and Cristobal's down here. It says Kira has 18 apples. So let's draw 18. We're going to pretend that we have 10 frames. Even though we don't, it makes it easier to count. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 1 10 frame. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, not quite a full 10 frame. An 18 is a 1 and an 8. Okay. Now this one says she has a number of apples 2 greater than Cristobal. So Cristobal has 2 less. Terribly worded question. I tell the kids that all the time. Kira has 2 more than this person. So this is 2 more. So if I were going to do this problem with the kids in class, I would have said, well, that's how many she has, and we already know. But she has 2 more than she does. So I've got to cross out, here's my ugly blue pen. I've got to cross out 2 of hers. Okay? She has 2 more than she does. And I don't know what that is yet. Subtraction is still a little bit tricky. But if I cross out 2 of hers, that's how many she has. So I'm going to count how many she has left. This is a full 10 frame, so I already have 10. Grab the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that tells me she has 16 apples. Let's draw 16 apples for her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So kind of a 10 frame, not quite a full 10 frame. She's got 16. 16 is a 1 and a 6. Okay? These ones are a little bit tricky. Okay, so make sure you might want to sit with your student and make sure that they're actually understanding this. Okay? To know that this one, if we drew 18 and we took 2 away to get hers, that can be kind of tricky. Now, which one is larger? Which one has more? Okay, we're going to circle the one that has more. Okay? So if she has 16, she has 18. Which one's the bigger number? Hopefully you are telling me that it's 18. 18 is the bigger number. If I was an apple monster and I loved eating apples, I would want 18, not just 16. Okay? 16 is less. So we're going to make sure that we use a lot of our math language. More, less, greater. Okay, fewer. Fewer is kind of a weird word. This one definitely has fewer. Okay? Now this one. This is our hundreds chart. Okay. Hopefully, let me fix it so we can see it the right way. Hopefully you can count to 100. If not, please practice. It's okay if you can't. It's just something that we need to work on. Okay? Everybody should be able to count to 100. I'm not going to sit here and count to 100. Maybe in our morning routines for next week, maybe I'll play the Zero the Hero Hundreds song. That one might be a little bit better, okay? But practice counting to 100. Practice closing your eyes, pointing to a number. I'm going to start at 22 and I'm going to count on to 100. I'm going to do it again. Oh, I'm going to start at 77 and count on to 100, okay? All those things. Hopefully, eventually, they start to see the pattern, okay? Once they can count to 100 by ones, we need to practice counting by tens. Chapter 8, the rest of this week, is going to have you also counting by tens. So that's all of my numbers over here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, okay? These are all of our Zero the Hero days, kids. These are the ones that we celebrated Zero the Hero, and we had our 100th day celebration, okay? So make sure that you get a hundreds chart. Like I said, there's one at the bottom of our distance learning plan so that you can practice counting and even recognizing numbers to 100. Now, the next thing that they want us to do with our counting to 10, or counting by tens, is they want us to recognize cubes, trains, okay? They each have 10 in them. When they get into first grade, they will have cubes that are sticks, and there's always 10 in them. And so they need to learn to count by tens. So this is 1 stick, that's 10. 2 sticks is 20. 3 sticks is 30, and so on. But they need to recognize, without having to count all the individual cubes, that that cube is 10. Kind of like knowing a 10 frame is 10, okay? Anytime there's a group, we have to be able to count by tens. Let's look at these ones, what they want us to do. Once again, I'm really sad. This is what we would have been doing if we were in class, okay? I am just using their worksheets that we would have used in class, okay? So these are bundles of crayons. They're not train cubes, but they're telling you kids that they're bundled in groups of 10. So we need to be able to count by tens and then recognize the number that it is, okay? So this has one group of 10. There's only 10. We should circle just 10, right? Now we have 2 groups of 10s. We have 2 crayon groups of 10. So I have 10, 20. 20. Look at which grouping it could be. Which would it be? This is 10, 20, and 30. Okay? 1, 2, and 3. There's 2 10s, so that is 20. This will also help with place value a lot in first grade. Okay? This has 3 groups of 10 crayons. 3 groups. Which one says 3 groups? I have 10, 20, 30. Okay? Your smart kids are going to already start to see the pattern. They're already going to know. But we still need to make sure we practice. 10, 20, 30, 40. Which number says 40? 40. Okay? And then we have how many groups of 10s here? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay? 50. So the goal for all of chapter 8 is to really be able to manipulate numbers to 100. Thankfully, we don't have to compare things above 20. So if you're going to talk to your student about comparing numbers, please only go up to 20. Practice a lot in the teens. Teens are really hard. But we have to be able to count by tens and recognize those numbers all the way up to 100. So practice counting by 100, or counting to 100 by ones, and then practice counting to 100 by tens. Okay? That's really what this lesson is going to cover, or this chapter. By the end of chapter 8, they should be pros with this, I hope. And then Monday morning of next week, that's when our chapter 8 test is. All right? So make sure that we know our numbers. Okay? And after that, guys, just keep counting, keep talking to your parents, give them objects to count. And like I said, the teens are the hardest, but try practicing as much as you can. Make it fun any way that you can. All right, guys, see you later.